on my way to day 2 of the Expressive Therapies Summit, and I want to talk a little bit about therapies, why I'm interested in this, and why I do the videos on the different therapeutic approaches. And so I think this goes back to just the MSW program, and this is through my experience, not just like what my interns tell me, but I don't think they do a good job connecting the dots, or like explaining to you, here's all the theories we're talking about, this is how you apply those theories, or let's think about the theories, analyze the theories, and then like what would an activity look like when you are with clients and sessions in schools, etc. I don't think they do a good job with that. And so there's a lot of common theories that we hear, a lot of common therapeutic approaches that we hear. And then maturing, like I said in another video, maturing is realizing that not everything works for every client, and realizing that sometimes we have to decolonize the therapeutic approaches, because even therapy, social work, the field has some darker history. And so that is the reason why I was interested in the Expressive Therapy Summit, mainly for one person. But I was interested in play therapy, and so I've been dipping my toes into play therapy. I've done a ton of activities that could be considered play therapy, but I'm not registered as a play therapist license. That is expensive. I'm gonna throw it out there. It is expensive. It is a long process, but I appreciate the reflection, the analyzing of the different kind of plays children do, and how they do it, and then how that affects developmental, and then how that might look if they have a background that, you know, trauma, something might have happened, right, that caused trauma, and then seeing how that makes a difference in their play. That's so interesting to me. I think I've been doing it without knowing that, hey, there was this whole therapeutic approach called to play. So I feel like we've done things, maybe other people have felt like maybe they've done things without realizing that there might be a theory, there might be an intervention, there might be an approach, there might be a book, there might be a person that's also interested in those same things. And so I've been interested in play therapy. I'm always interested in like the cultural lens in what we do, so always having a cultural lens, always having cultural humility when we apply some of these approaches. But I still wasn't seeing it until I saw a book by Dr. April Duncan on Black Student Matters, how to apply therapy to help Black students, to help with resiliency, to help with trauma. And she is one of the presenters. She actually was the first presenter, and I really enjoyed listening to her, and I really enjoyed, I think that there's a difference because I've gone to other professional developments, mostly for schools, and I always feel like there's this almost talking down to you, and she did not do that at all. Like, it really felt like community. She was talking about community, felt like a community. She was talking about supervision. And everything that she was saying, I was like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to build a community with the interns that I have, with the social workers in the district, with other social workers that are my friends. I want to build that community, and that there's back and forth, that we can have conversations, and it just doesn't have to be professional, because that's a big thing. Supervision has to be so professional, when in reality we are all human, and there should be some personalization into that, which is another maturing idea. Once you get older, you realize that not all the code of ethics align perfectly, at least in schools. I can make a video on that, but I'm not talking about like breaking the law or anything like that, but like personalization, getting to know people, your clients, which are your students, and their families, and getting to know them a little bit closer and a little bit deeper. So I'm going to continue talking about the different therapeutic approaches, even though I do feel like that we have to decolonize a lot of the approaches, but it's important to know what's out there, and then how we use that to drive what we do, to drive our work, to drive our sessions, to drive, our practices. But my advice would be step out of your usual routine, just like I'm doing right now. I'm stepping out of my typical school professional development and doing the expressive arts, play, drama, music, writing, because that's going to help you, support you into finding what's best for you, what's best for who you work with, and what's best with who you want to work with. So just some thoughts.